Giotto, an architect and artist from Florence, as well as an important figure in the dawning of the Italian Renaissance. Giotto is commissioned by Cardinal Jacopo Stefanecci to create a masterwork that becomes known as the Stefanecci Triptych, with Christ enthroned. This is circa 1330. Now, a triptych is basically a three-part panel that opens up. Now, the right panel is the martyrdom of St. Paul. The left panel is the martyrdom of St. Peter. And the central panel is the enthroned Christ surrounded by angels. As I mentioned, this triptych opens up. It's three works of art in one, designed for the altar of a church. The panel depicting the martyrdom of St. Paul is divided into three levels. Now, the ground level, the center, is a Roman soldier placing his sword back into his sheath. The soldier has just carried out St. Paul's execution / martyrdom. Paul's body rests on the ground next to his decapitated head. Now, just below the head, three small streams of water appear. Remember, under early Christian tradition, water sprang up into fountains, marking the spot where Paul's decapitated head had touched the ground. Friends or disciples of Paul circle the saint. Two women and one man. Their hearts are heavy with postures of sorrow. They have just lost their spiritual father. Now, standing off to the side is a large group of Roman soldiers holding spears. On the opposite side is a group of Roman cavalry brandishing their shields. One of these cavalry is blowing a trumpet. The trumpet is, of course, announcing that the gruesome task of St. Paul's execution is now complete. The Roman soldiers in the painting show no emotion to the brutality they have just committed. They are just doing their jobs. They are just obeying orders. Now, in the middle of the panel, two hills. These two hills are connected by a valley with a golden background. This golden background, this landscape, stretches into vast emptiness. On the right hill, a woman stands, her hand raised up to the sky. She is receiving a veil. On the left hill is the lighthouse port of Ostia. This is the general. Ostia was the main port connected to Rome. It was the general area where St. Paul's decapitation took place. Now, 6 trees rise up from the valley, and 2 winged angels hover above the 6 trees. Now, in the third upper level, there are 6 angels, 3 on each side. These angels are holding a circle. Inside this circle is St. Paul, now in his divine glory, with a halo and angelic wings. His arm reaches down towards the woman on the right hill, who is receiving the veil. St. Paul has ascended into heaven to receive his heavenly crown of martyrdom. Giotto's painting depicts the narrative from the popular medieval book, The Golden Legend. The Golden Legend was a very popular book of the Middle Ages that was all about the lives and legends of the saint. Now, the woman in the painting is Platilia. Platilia is a disciple and friend of Paul who accompanies him to the place of his execution. This place of execution is, of course, the place of the 3 fountains, but it was known as Aguas Salivas, healing waters. Paul had asked to borrow Platilia's veil, and now gives it back to her, his arm reaching down from heaven, returning the veil to his friend. Now, archaeological excavations confirm the remains of an oratory place at Healing Waters, and subsequent chapels built at the site. The present church, St. Paul of the Three Fountains, was erected there in 1579. All right, let's move on to the great Raphael. Paul preaching in Athens.